NERDSoul. Yeah, late L here at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing you that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? We are here for thumbnails. That's right, we're going to be talking them anime and Toons, and today we're doing part 2 review of Voltron, Netflix Dreamworks Ultimate Animation Good Time for You and Yours. Whew. Man, we did it. This will be on episodes 7 through 12. And I've got to say, man, just like with season 1, just with the first half of the second season, I am well pleased. Now, I will say season 2 is quite different than season 1 because, see, we've already introduced our characters. So in this season, we got to get a lot of character development, which I talked about in part 1. Now in part 2, we're going to get into, episode 7 and episode 8, which seem to slow the story down a bit. Our team is putting together their plan to sort of get a plan of attack together to take down Zarkon. And in this plan of attack, you get a whole bunch of different interactions that some would consider, I guess you could say, filler. Now, when it comes to filler, this show handles it a little bit differently. I will say there are filler elements, but similar to like the mall episode, but we do get to learn something at the same time, so it's not as bad as, say, like Naruto or something like that, where it's just like a whole arc of fillers, and which is something that I think is kind of quelled by having only 13 episodes as well. I think that kind of really cuts back on the amount of fillers that you can do, and the amount of time you can spend on things that don't drive the story. And one of these things that drove the story while we were kind of at the mall in the second part of the second season is you get to see the Black Lion's, I guess, origins, and how the Black Lion was made and who was there and how it was treated on this planet. And you get to see little pieces, not a full story, but just enough nuggets to say, oh, that was interesting and I want to get more into it. I want to dive into it. We also get to find out that, of course, there's someone that might have origins outside of the race that we think they are. And we deal with the perception of race, the perception of their character, and who they really are as an individual between a couple of our main characters. I don't want to get too ahead of myself just in case, even though we are semi-spoiling, but not too far. And one thing that is very large about this second half of the second season, of course, is our climax. Man, Zarkon's suit is so boss. Like, that was a really cool fight. And also just seeing the Lions fighting the Empire separately, kind of guarding each other, covering each other, going back and forth, forming Voltron, being broken up, and then forming Voltron again, seeing like just the way they split up the action between the princess and the paladins is just well done and well paced. And you get to see that the princess got a couple moves with the bow staff. I mean, she might not be at Donatello's level, but she's got some skills. And we get to find out a pretty decent reveal from the perspective of the princess on one of the villains near the end. And this, I think, will end up changing her whole outlook on, I guess what you could say, like, what she sees as good and evil, what she sees as black and white, and hopefully we'll start to bring some more nuance into this show in season 3. Noticing that there are, different shades of gray. There are people that can be your allies. There are people that you think of that should be your allies and just aren't for whatever the reasons are. And we also get introduced, or well, not yet introduced, but we learn the name of someone who might end up being another adversary for our Paladins. All in all, I've got to say that DreamWorks, Netflix is killing it on this show. Big shout out to Keanu Ryu. Dos Santos kills it. This show is just great. There's really nothing else that I can say as far as the first season and the second season. It's just that this is a very good way to bridge the gap between youth entertainment and adult entertainment. I think that kids can watch this, adults can watch this. You got your archetypes in there, but it doesn't get corny and it doesn't get bogged down because they do have to move the story forward. And I think that this show really, really outlines and has a lot of fun around the Paladins, around the action, and around the lessons that they have to learn. So, of course, guys, I want you to jump down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this show. Have you been watching it? Have you finished it yet? And what do you think is next for Voltron as a whole? What do you want to see in season 3? Go on and jump down in the comments and let's chop it up. Anyway, before I bounce, you know I got to tell you to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. You can hit me up and check out all my videos from the oldest to the newest, whether I'm with AfterBuzz, Popcorn Talk Network, Jedi Alliance, whatever it is, I will be there. Then you can check out shop.thatnerdsoul.com and get yourself a t-shirt, player, and also one for my playettes. Then you can come back here, like, comment, and subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. Remember, there is no other way, there's no better way to let people know that you like what I'm doing, that you loving the content. Let people know, let people see it, and then, of course, I can make more moves. I'm making some moves right now, but I gotta keep those back before I can really announce them joints. But anyway, of course, I gotta say, LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And before I bounce, people, be good to yourselves and each other. Peace.